What? Oh my god. Um. What did we get from Larry? My retard self. I didn't present that to, I was gonna, freaking... Let's go back to Detective Gumshoe. Let's present this chick to this. Probably not actually. Where's chicken? What is that? Oh my god, bro, she's freaking here. When did this get here? Am I tweaking? Yeah, we already know. needs to learn a lot of secrets to do this kind of work. Oh, and I don't know how to put this. The guy was kind of a money grabber. We're already. Apparently, was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies. KB Security used to head security operations against mass demands. Dang. Well, let's go talk to our little oh, never mind. Where's the where's the freaking detention center, yeah? This kid is still not here. What the fudge? Dude. We're missing frickin' something. Did we go here? Guess not. Dude, there's no way we can't talk to that kid. That's right. Miss Andrews, she's still hanging down here. So how's it going without the secret urn? The urn? Oh, that's already been taken care of already. Taken care of? Yeah, why would he want that? Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. It was Mass de Masque's wife that found it. Well, actually, it did because my fingerprints were on it. So, Maya, you weren't there, dude. She freaking tried to kill herself. What are you talking about? So when was it that you hired Detective Emily again? 20 days ago. 10 days ago, so he was planning. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think he killed him. No way. You can see his freaking eyes, bro. Not exactly sure, but somehow the urn that came back seems different because it has paint on it. Oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? Cyclops? Why is she lying? Do we have the evidence to prove that? Because I don't think so. And this kid's still not here. Man. Why are you freaking hiding stuff again? Jesus Christ, bro. Are you freaking kidding me? You know what? I'll freaking break you. I don't need anything. You really wanna freaking go? That's fine. You pulled a stunt on us last time, bro. Submitted a trial. Do you have any evidence that urn was submitted at the trial was genuine? Where is the urn? Where the frick is it? Bro, are you Bro, this stuff is freaking making me mad, bro. Is there something about freaking Larry, bro? Like, oh my god, dude. Why are these kids lying to us? Did we already show him this? Do you honestly have any new info on the buzzer record? Yo, thanks for nothing, buddy. Did we already talk to him about this? We did. There's gotta be something in this room I'm missing. I hate these investigations, dude. They make me want to... So, let's go ask Mr. Delight some stuff. How about it? Can we freaking ask him? Why do I have to go here to go to the freaking detention center? Whoops. My bro. This kid isn't even here. What the frick can I ask him about? I've literally investigated everything. Like, are you freaking kidding me, bro? Let's freaking interact with 10,000 million things. Yeah, and it looks more fixed. Security technique should, yeah. We know. Alright, so we've done literally everything. So can we talk to this kid? Are you serious? That's what we had to do? Talk to frickin' Maya first? What a frickin' joke. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. You know what? Be guilty. I don't care. Did they finish their interrogation? You lied to us before, didn't you? Well, let's see. On the same night, the sacred urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor department store. Blackmail letter, you got summoned due to KB security to hand over some money. That's where the CEO came and Bullard was murdered. But there's only one Ronda light, am I right? So the only question is, where were you that night? This time I want to hear the whole truth. Truth, your life depends on it. Jesus Christ, guy. You still insist that you're a masked mask? Alright, so we're not gonna save you. It's starting to get irritating. I know. To work there, so I knew where the CEO's office was. I knocked, there's no answer. Somebody used a key card to unlock the door. When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there. Someone. There's no way it's Detective Attourney. They bashed me over the head, bam. Was it Kay and Bullard that hit you? I don't know. Person ran away while I was still stunned. In my senses, the side I saw left me speechless. Oh snap. I thought I died myself. Anyway, I thought I should do something. Oh, are you serious? Oh my god. I was the one who set up the security cameras in that building. Oh snap. Spencer went off just once around the time that Bullard was killed. That's scary. Do you know anything about that, Mr. Delight? Sorry, I'm afraid I don't. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail. The he must have gotten away, right? It says in the article that he disappeared. That's right, I got a sudden burst of inspiration. Dude, we know it wasn't you. Shut up. It's interesting. I see. How many blackmail letters did this kid get? Got them starting when? Tell me more, now. Hey, calm down, don't get so worked up. This blackmail letter, is this the first one you got? No, of course not. It's the first one that ever called me out to a specific location. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Because it was Detective Attourney. Detective Attourney, bro. Is that right? Hang on a second, what do you mean you had to give it up? Don't worry. After I put the jewel in safe deposit box, the letter specified someone sent me 10,000. Plans? Why can't we talk more to him about that? Oh, right here. What? No way. That was at me, right? I've never seen him. Mr. Kane Bullard, do you swear it wasn't you? Of course. I could never. I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe. Mystic Maya. Is this pearls? Okay. Hey pearls, so what have you been up to this whole time? I took it back to Korean Village to have it examined. And what did you find? They said it's a real urn. There's one small problem. These cute little pink splotches. They said that it's pain. Well, there's paint in the there's paint in the village and right there. Oh, I see. Maybe if you take another good look at this urn, figure out the mystery of what actually happened here. That's bothering me. There's paint. That's a box. Wait, what? Well, to frame that kid, obviously. Yeah. What is it, Mr. Nick? This is all turning out exactly as I thought it would. Alright, now let's go talk to his wife. Try to break that chick instead, bro. She had it examined, is that right? What she discovered was that the urn had been broken again. Did you say again? Yeah. It was broken once a year ago. It looks like the same thing has happened. Quite recently, too. Are you saying this? Yeah, I'm saying yeah. What the f? What? Why do you think it was broken recently? Because it says Amy when it used to say Amy like this. Or I am. Look. Take that! This poster, it was made recently, right? Poster? Ah. Time when this photo was taken, there it said I am on it. Now for some mysterious reason it says Amy. The arrow was fixed, the letters were transposed. What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that. I wasn't even there when the photo for this poster was taken. That was a mistake. Now tell the truth. For one, even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it. Yeah, I do actually, because of this. I mean, take that! Well, Miss Andrews, this urn has pretty little pink paint splotches on it. There's some on the box the urn was stored in too. No matter how you look at it, the paint seems to be exactly the same, wouldn't you say? So, what does that prove? That the urn was dropped along with the box. That's when they both got paint on them. Are you with me so far? The rest of the story is obvious. This box was dropped right here in Lord Lee Taylor's basement warehouse. I can prove that. What means that the urn was broken here too. Can you prove that? Can you prove that box was dropped here? Take that! Right here, man. I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you? There's pink paint splattered on the floor and walls of this basement warehouse. There's an odd shape imprinted into a part of the paint stain, am I right? Put this box into the impression in the paint. You can see it fits perfectly. Meaning, it was dropped. And that is when the urn was broken. Tired of you freaking lying. I'm so sorry I was the one who broke the urn. You feel like some sort of evil school teacher. I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did. It's not so hard to understand, is it, really? Happened about 2 weeks ago. was the most important treasure, so I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big. Yeah, I put that into the storeroom and no one had seen it since then. Alright. When we first came here, I didn't see any paintings names. It's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. First time that we came down here, it was on the night that the secret was stolen. Mr. Rick. Now it makes perfect sense. So one thing I find strange. What is it, Pearl? The day after the urn was stolen, we came here again, and it was moved. At the time, the statue had been moved, and the paint was clearly visible. Whoa, Pearl, what the heck? Someone do that on the day before the theft. The statue was definitely closer to the door. Next day was moved, but why? Looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case. Security. Because it was empty, dude. So they're saying there's a different thief? What, dude? I'm not understanding, mate. What is this sign? Next door. I know. By the way, where's Pearl? Who said that? I know you don't like me. Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Oh. But are we really believing him? Are you serious right now? Why? Why is it not an option? The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready? Preparation is the last refugee of the week. That's why you lost, right? I hate this guy. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Goodell. He's got the judge in the palm of his hand, yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. Okay. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Goodell. You need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. This guy, like, dude, give your opening statement, dude. That's all my statement means. You understand now, Your Honor, right? Oops. Yes, well done. Let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Now that the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death is estimated at 1 a.m. of the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Godot, please call your first witness. I never drink... 17 cups of coffee? Bro, what the frick is wrong with you, bro? But the first one is always the best. Thought I have a heart attack, what the fuck? Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron DeLay, has to say for himself. How come he never fights? I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. Yeah, so how am I supposed to get this kid to trust me? You have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Ha! You've got guts, Trite. Can't even say my name freaking correctly. Godot. How about that? You did it, didn't you? Yes. No. That's not true. Aren't there? I thought we'd set the record for this shortest trial ever. Well, looks like Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. Once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Ha! Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? You didn't kill Bullard. Why did you go to KB Security? Well, it's kind of hard to say, boy. I wish I could go home. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. We know you got a blackmail letter. Say the truth, buddy. That evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. 1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place. The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Ha! It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. You never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, cross-examination. It ordered you there? It's the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. So I mean, you got other blackmail letters then. Of course, they said, why don't you save this for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say anymore. Now, what should I do? Press harder. So what did the blackmail letter in question say? It said to bring 50,000. Money, eh? Perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but wait. I never intended to pay that money anyway. Is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha. muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving. What are you talking about? Just why are you being blackmailed about anything? Blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole mask demolished thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Buller didn't have anything on me. He didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. That's why Mr. Delight didn't believe he was masking Damask. That's why I knew they just followed threats. He got fired, right? Used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. Security chief. You? Yet a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge, a perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? Yeah, but what was the reason he got fired, Mr. Godot? Isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. I want to know why he was being fired. Even though I know that's not technically changing the subject. Okay, fine, let's do life after being fired. What did you do after being fired from KB Security? Spent a lot of time looking for work, then I decided I want to start something for myself. Are you so start looking at, oh, okay. No. Calm down. So you wanted to try drawing a comic, right? About masked men. No, that's not right. I wanted to become, okay, shut your freaking mouth. Your Honor, let's move along, shall we? We're gonna not do what Phoenix says, and we're gonna press him again on this, and we're gonna ask him the second question about the mask. We're not gonna change the subject. I'm gonna ask what I want to ask. Why he was fired. Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those. Okay, guys, hold on. I'll be right back. What was this kid talking about? Okay, then I take it back. Defendant, please answer the question. I needed money? She needed money. I see Desi loves his... Oh, shit. Come again? KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. Since I was a security team chief, stole some data and sold it. Mr. Buller found out and I was fired immediately. Well, hold on, Phoenix. Chill out. We needed to ask this. I was somehow able to keep a secret and made it seem like I had to quit on my own. Someone who brings hard to the company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. Sure told you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Very important fact, please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew. Can you chill, Phoenix? Specimen's first statement. 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's when That's what my watch said when I was entering the CO's office. Or no. Actually, I'm not really sure. Mine was just slow, and my internal clock was also a bit 1 a.m. That's the exact time the victim. It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. Let's look back at our evidence. Camera. I feel like this would be it, no? This is no contradiction to scaring him now. So we're being blackmailed, yet said.
Objection!
For the reason it isn't gonna hold up anymore. You mean victim had no proof that defendant was masked, demasked. But you were the one who stole the company's secrets only 1 year earlier. But that was all over with once I was fired. But it is true that the fact I stole secrets was kept under wraps. And so there's no reason for me to pay up now a whole year later. Is that really true? I wonder if you would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge. It probably would. Because then Desi would know. Yes? Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as a company. Oh, yeah, because Desi would know. I'm not bullying you. Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow. That's exactly right. Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer amigo? Yes, now come on, provide some evidence to back up your assertion. Why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data? Because Miss Delight would know. Yeah, she hates criminals. Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having a certain person find out your secret. Gulp. Certain person. Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. My Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Kato. As we know, it was all your wife's fault. Wait, what is this guy talking? Mr. Delight stole company data to yeah. But he couldn't let that be known because of his wife. That is how this murder came about. Now everything's falling neatly into place for him. Well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Well, he was blackmailing him for being masked DeMoss because we knew he had information on that. He wasn't framing him because of doing the information. Or he wasn't blackmailing him because of that. The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning? Mr. Delight, come now, tell us. We're all ears. I entered the office. There's a suspicious shadow there. That looks like at me, bruh. Something else on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Boulder was lying there, dead. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that masked DeMoss struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since Attourney turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Ha! No one's gonna believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I really was attacked. We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Trite? Don't go easy just because he's your client. See any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. When I entered the office, if I hadn't been wearing that, what does he mean by that? Been wearing what? That? Could you please clarify what you're referring to? On my masked DeMoss costume, of course. See? Yep, because he was trying to blackmail him for masked DeMoss, not that he had stolen freaking secrets and like gave them away. Forget to mention it before. You know, say I dressed as masked DeMoss, and then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KBC. What? I'm telling you, that's why. Did you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. Seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait. That's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind? My 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly. At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. I'd have been killed. Why do you say that? Why were you dressed up as Master Mosk? Why? Because I'm Master Mosk. See? So I thought I should go as him just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. Maybe why it took a lot longer. Oh, he opened the safe. Opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught in the safe. No! Why are you saying that? No. Oh my god, Ron. You... Ron, no. Why would you say that? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in a washing machine? The answer's simple. When they're dirty? Oh, when they take them off? I have no idea what you're saying. Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's a murderer? Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look. Yeah, I don't really understand this kid. Mr. Wright, you don't mean she knew about the whole safe business, do you? Oh, well, yes. Well, I'm the only one. Putting the body in the safe took about 10 minutes. Why'd you hide the body in the safe anyway? Well, because it wouldn't fit. Bro, you moron. Bro. Hold on. 10 minutes? I know, there's something odd about that. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? What are you talking about, Phoenix? Okay, hold on. We're gonna go back. Okay. His testimony. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. Is this, oh, this is other stuff is paint. The buzzer. You moron. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? What might this be? The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, the security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once, at 1:02 a.m. If Mr. Ron Delight truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way. Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea that there were security personnel in the building, but that doesn't make sense because he worked there. No, he knew. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as a chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them. But as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser, who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex-new boyfriend, and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity, was not something Mr. Delight could have known. Ha! Again, remember who we're dealing with here? It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice a buzzer going off. Oh, come on. Nobody's that stupid. This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? Ugh. Fine. Let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious, so he fainted. That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what are you trying to say? Because he was taking his time. Mr. Delight was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterward. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right. Whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, this is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Kate Bullard. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. No, there was no fingerprints. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. No, there's no fingerprints. What's your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? I need to prove that the real criminal was at the scene, but how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? Well, we know that there was no fingerprints. Let's look at this real quick. We know it went off, but there are no fingerprints. Yeah, I can prove it. The defense opinion is this, Your Honor. The piece of evidence proved that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer because there are no freaking fingerprints on it. Unless someone was wearing gloves, that is. I believe that this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer. Is there some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. Now I'm the one who's clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind. Ron DeLite obviously wiped them off. He was unconscious. He couldn't have done that. Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched that button. I know he did. The defendant, Mr. DeLite, was dressed as Masked Mask. And Masked Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of fingerprints? Would seem... I've been forced to eat crow. What the frick? What is he talking about? If the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? So they could frame frickin' DeLite, obviously. Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden? Ha! Looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard around 1 a.m. And Mr. DeLite just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. DeLite and then sounded the buzzer. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed, security was supposed to respond. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well, then. Aha, you got some guts. I like that in an opponent. I'm sure you do. Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer? Not to find out what it did. The frick? How could they not have meant to? Call the security guard to harm. Why would they want to call the security guard? I feel like it is to call the security guard. Because there's no way he would have done it to find out what it did, the frick. gonna say to call the security guard. I don't. They could. Okay. It's these two. It's either he didn't mean to or to call a security guard. Maybe he wanted the security guard to see that it was him. I'm not sure. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes. Although as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. Ha! What a touching story. You're saying the killer had to change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No. You retard. No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in the office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Rhonda Light, who was out cold. And the 3rd person, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Rhonda Light. And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was a murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Rhonda Light for the murder. Go ahead. Throw it! Okay. Order, order, order. Huh. It would seem I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, even made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Or, wait a second. I'm the one and only masked mask, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is... We're gonna drag that person in here right now. It's Mr. Attourney, right? I don't have any solid proof, but think about it. The real killer knew Mr. Delight's identity. They also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. But the question is, what would be Mr. Attourney's freaking motive for the murder? Fudge! Okay, it has to be Mr. Attourney. But who was the 3rd person who was at the warehouse? That doesn't make any sense. It's gotta be at me. Quit playing with me. It's at me. Detective Luke at me. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace Detective? Luke at me. You mean Mask DeMosk did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Mask DeMosk at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that's why he didn't have that, the full thing for the costume, because he stole it. That's why he's not, oh my god. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. Well, Luke Attourney confessed there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, the famous detective was unmasked as well, Mask DeMosk. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty? Mask DeMosk had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. Yeah, that's why he tried taking a... Oh my god, that's why. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Mask DeMosk was Luke Attourney's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. A guilty verdict. As an alibi? Uh-huh. You know, it's almost time. For what? For Luke Attourney's verdict. It's a pretty simple trial, after all. If we're gonna stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course, that's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. Fudge. If we were to intrude and fail to provide proper, adequate proof of this true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this? Oh, frick. That's only good when your life's the ante. Mr. Wright, I believe in you. Mr. Delight. So please. I'm begging you. Alright. Hold on. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. Mia! Don't stray, Phoenix. Mia, just tell me exactly what to do. Stop doing this. Take the path of trust. Well, if he trusts me. That voice sounds like Mia. Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Ha, so that's your answer, huh? Very well, I've decided as well. The court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Attourney to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. He. What the heck is Payne doing here? Well, oh, this is the court thing right next to us. Well, Sir Detective Attourney. Heh. I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective Attourney, you were the one. What the frick? Ew! 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 Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please. Well, Sir Lawyer, welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser, eh? This guy looks like a monkey. He looks like a Neanderthal. What the heck? My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man. Look at me. Accusation? You accuse Mask Damask? That man is not Mask Damask. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? Ew! Wait, are we versing Mr. Payne? Because if so, this is gonna be the easiest trial of my life. My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then she's still alive, inside your heart. Nicky boy. Oh, Miss Delight. Is it true that Detective is really the true killer? To be honest, we don't have any definite proof, but he's the only one who could have done it. Wasn't he at Lordly Taylor that night? That's what I thought too. Not to mention, don't we know his exact motive? I mean, why would Detective Attourney want to kill Kane Bullard? That's a good question. It's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. And it's gotta happen sooner rather than later. Okay, the normal judge is back. Okay, yeah, I'd rather have this freaking judge. Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Luke Attourney, please take the stand. Oh, we're not versing Mr. Payne? Oh, man. Well, how do you do, Sir Lawyer? I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it could have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Mask Damask. I'm sorry. I'm afraid even the great Luke Attourney has no idea what you mean. Of course, I've been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could have known what's been going on here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Mask Damask. Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my defined... Okay. So you continue to insist that you are, in fact, Mask Damask. Of course. Well then, Luke Attourney, let us begin with this simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks. Alright, Mr. Attourney. The night of the murder. Speak. We're all ears. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. I was stealing the Ernest Masque de Masque, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare it. It was a pathetically easy job. Photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Masque de Masque was the same time as the murder. Well, we know that you're not Masque de Masque because you freaking left the thing in the freaking trash can. Oh wait, okay, so Ron Delight put his costume in the trash can. That's where he got the thing, because he took it off, right? So he stole his stuff, but that thing was never sewed on from what we know. But that is excruciatingly weird to prove. Okay, I can't pronounce anything. I'm just going to shut my mouth. Excruciatingly. There we go. Even the okay. Now then, if you'll excuse me. I have a verdict to receive. Hold your freaking mouth. Unfortunately, Mr. Attourney, we still have to do your cross-examination. Fool is too foolish to know that he's a fool. I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. The alibi. I was stealing the urn, just as I announced I would. First of all, it still doesn't match. Why would he wouldn't, that's the thing, he's not trying to steal the freaking urn. I had more than enough time to prepare it. It was a pathetically easy job. Photograph contains no words. Time was camera captured as Tomas at the same time as a murder. Except it isn't you. About the camera that took this photograph. Oh, come on now. It's all too clear what you're thinking. Huh? You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lord Lee Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lord Lee Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. Either the Masque de Masque in the photo is a fake, but the photo itself is... So this photograph is the proof, correct? Indeed it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. That is why I'm called Masque de Masque. But you aren't. But conveniently, that also means there's no way to tell who this really is. What do you mean? Huh. Are you saying that this is not in fact Luke Attourney? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as Masque de Masque to create an alibi? Oh ho, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? I don't think he actually had an accomplice. Who could have been his accomplice anyway? What the frick? That doesn't make any sense. I'm just gonna give it up for now. The Masque de Masque in this picture has to be a fake. Yeah, I don't have any idea. Basis objections. There has to be another way. Not enough time to prepare. Hold on. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's no way. And you only sent that, only 10 days ago, so that doesn't make any sense. 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? Okay. This perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see. You truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. Hey, Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Attourney was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lord Lee Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no one. It is kind of odd. Huh. Interesting. Yep. Basement warehouse, and this picture that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture? What is freaking funny about this picture, yo? Hold on. Oh, that's at the Star Whoops. Oh man. Let me look at this. The fact that it has no paint at the bottom. Or am I tweaking? Am I tweaking right now? That does not look like any paint at the bottom. What the fudge? There is something funny about this picture. But is it the paint at the bottom of the thing? That's my question. You bet there is. Oh, fudge. So this is the imprint from when the box is dropped, and there's no paint on the bottom of this. Perhaps this is the area in question. This area, could you be any more vague? Wait, chill. Wait, did I get it wrong? Chill. Ha! Today's Java has a little extra kick to it. Oh, great. So it wasn't. Okay. So it's not the paints. What? It's gotta be something about that picture, man. There's no paint at the bottom. I swear to God, I'm not tweaking. I don't think he actually stole the urn, because that's not the box for the urn, because there's no paint on it. But there's no paint on it. There's no way, yo. Also, that thing is not there. The statue's here, not here either. But the box is more suspicious to me. Like, if it's not the paint on the box, am I tweaking? I swear to God, he's not stealing the urn right here. And this thing's not here, so... The funny part is right here. Why, this is a blood stain. No, it's paint. No, it's paint. The stain is actually pink paint. Oh, just paint. And peach colored like that. From blood to peaches, the judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. Problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. It turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. That means it wasn't the day of the crime. It was after. But the question is, and that does mean he's not stealing the urn anyway. Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains? Amy Faye's golden statue? The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, that gold statue would be the perfect size. I myself was there the night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there. But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue, the old bag, was sitting in the corner. Yeah, because that wasn't the day. That was the day after, retard. Your Honor, the statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it at that distance. Ha! In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night? Yeah, why'd they move it? Who was one? Well, it wasn't Adrian Andrews. Why would she move it? That doesn't make sense. Who would move it? And why? Okay, let's just focus on who for right now. Obviously, it wasn't me. But we don't really... I mean... Why would Luke Attourney move it, though? See, we don't know that, so we're just gonna bluff. But we know it's him. He's... Because he moved it the day after. But why? You want to move the statues none other than Luke Attourney. Come on. Come now, Sir Lord. There you go again, on one of your strange delusions. Basis do you have for your strange delusions? It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? Yeah, I don't know. You tell me. The reason for moving the golden statue. Here's where our battle really begins. Well, Mr. I, what reason did the witness have to move that statue? The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me. You pretended to be masked to Mosk to create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would have been exposed like... Wait, because the thing was under there. That's why you had to move the statue. A single fatal flaw. Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does this lie exist? Ah! Look, it's been picked up from here, dude. Man. Lie in the picture. So, what would be the lie? Well, the fact is there's no pan on this, but we already tried that. We know it's picked up, but the question is, why would he move it? No, this is at 12:58. And they said the picture was taken at 1, but does it really matter? Like, does it really matter? I wish they had a date. Like, why don't they have a date on this? Man, I wish we could go into the court record right now. Why would he move it? Dude, he didn't move it. Oh my god, you know why? It was because, oh my god. This is before she had moved that thing. It wasn't after, it was before. He planned this out because he was working there, dude. But how do we freaking say that? I guess the time is technically wrong because it's not exactly 1. It's like 3 minutes off. Oh, if this takes off 3? Oh my god. So he must have done it before. But my question is, like, why isn't the pan on here? It's not exactly 1. He did days before, dude. I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Attourney went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him. Yeah, so he did it days before. Because she hadn't had time to put that thing in front of it. What does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor. When was this statue placed besides the warehouse door? The statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime, so that means it had to have been before. And it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Luke Attourney had already decided on the time where he was going to kill the victim, which was before. And so in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this pictures day before the murder took place. What the? Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. So on the day of the crime, Mr. Attourney must have been quite nervous, and that's why it's a few minutes behind before it was 1. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that was supposed to be there had been brought down in a place where it wasn't supposed to be. And that's why Luke Attourney had to move the statue on the night of the murder. Oh my god. He did it to match with the way it had been in this photo. Order. Mr. Attourney, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? The record? What's that? The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this... Oh, snap. Yeah, but that was exactly at 1. The freaking... When they took the picture, that wasn't exactly at 1. That was at 12:58, bruh. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. That's what I've been saying, bruh. Order. Miss Godot, what is the meaning of this? Go ahead. Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down. My 11th cup. I promise to drink no more than 17 during only a trial. What the frick? which means I'm still good to the last drop. However, the defense has a very good point. A good point? So what? We are all but travelers on our road of infinite points. What is this guy talking about? I think he's got his point mixed up with other points. So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time, and that the statue is moved in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied, which is that it's only a possibility. True, we don't have the definitive evidence. I freaking hate when they do this. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. It's very true. No way. Don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damask. Yes? There's no funny business in your actions as Mass Damask. There should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it. Yes, please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn. Yeah, why would you? Yeah, because he didn't steal it. You know how? Because that box doesn't have paint on it, and I've noticed this since day one. I first received the request from Lord Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box in Zavari. It was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. Oh, okay. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. Which was the day of the murder? It's pretty much all stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Yeah. But we'll find the truth. Yeah, because it's the actual freaking guy who stole this. Well, wait a minute. No, I'm tweaking. Zavari. Very well then, Mr. Wright. You may begin with your cross-examination. First received the request from Lord Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in. That is a freaking lie. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm it for yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance to that warehouse. However, I let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. Right. Right. You mean this calling card? That's right. That is, without a doubt, my calling card. I guess Mr. Delight didn't make this out after all. Because me knew about the elbow. Okay. Yeah, because he stole the costume. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. Then no one entered the basement warehouse? Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days. People are indeed going in and out of that warehouse. There's no paint on this. Is this a mistake? There's no way this is a mistake. This would have to have paint on it, bro. Look at this. There's no way. Look at this. That's got to be the contradiction, bruh. But there's no paint on it. You know, he He's never saying that he never saw the urn. He's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If he can prove that he's lying there, we can. Dude, I'm still tweaking. The photo doesn't have freaking paint on it. Look at this. This is not the urn. He's even covering up the place where it would say it was the freaking urn. This has got to be it, bro. No, that's no way. I know it has to do something with this paint. There's no way, dude. Alright, we got it wrong. Let me stop being so ambitious for a second. So we just gotta prove. I was unable to see the urn for myself. We gotta disprove this. Let's look. Let's do what Phoenix tells me to and actually look at this stuff. I'll be coming up to Perlin, the most precious work of art on display. Here. Treasures of Crane? Well, there's more treasures than just the urn. Oh, it's the speckled urn. Speckled urn! I almost skipped over that. Oh my god. He also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. Is there a problem with that calling card? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Master Mosk had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now, the speckled here surely refers to the pink pattern on the sacred urn. That is true, but so what? Truth to be told, there's no way that Master Mosk could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains. And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor. I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite. The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, Miss Andrews freaking dropped it, bruh. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn. You can't be serious. Yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Attourney had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. And we know that because look at the freaking picture! In fact, when this fake photo was taken, and because this photo was a fake, your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. Gawa, 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 gawa. Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? Alright, that did it. He's broken. Nick? I think it's still a little early for a victory pose. Huh? Oh, of course. My bad. I forgot. Mr. Einstein wants to speak. Ha! That's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was Master Mosk. now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. No way. Don't fall for that too, Your Honor. You say that Luke Attourney was the one who killed Kane Bullard? Let me ask you this. Why would he do that? An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright. Motive. Might you, my merry murderous motive, manifest? Nicky's getting his second win. The only... with any... Yeah, I don't even know what his freaking motive is. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us to what the defense motives were. It'd be honored to, Sir Old Timer. Doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Alright. Luke Attourney had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate mask to mosque and simply mistook who he was. Let's look at that newspaper. I have a strong feeling that has something to do with it. Hold on. There was a newspaper, yeah, this one right here. And he was like right here? Like, it doesn't make sense. Followed who read some that. So the victim, Kane Bullard, blackmailed the defendant. This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. Handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. What? Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination. There's gotta be evidence. Why would he want to kill him? What could possibly be a murder? The question is, who directed him to steal these, and put it on? See what I mean? There's no paint on that photo. And he was covering the freaking, this saying the sacred, and that has to be something. Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Master Mosque? Did you already know that? Zavari. Take a look at the newspaper. Oh, that's the famous. Okay. Okay, buddy. Yeah. There's no way, man. What the fuck you talking about, man? What the fudge? Yep, says bring 500 in the herring. Yeah, okay, yeah, we know that. You could have just... This guy could have just sent the blackmail letter to Ron to frame him, bro. Oh, no. No, it is very relevant. I just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight? It was meant for Mr. Attourney. For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling that... Yeah. Oh, I'm not satisfied yet. Oh, just you wait, buddy. Oh, hold on. This is the motive that his... Huh. The motive was that he was gonna be caught? If you don't, I'll take that red diamond. He has the red diamond on right now. He has the red diamond. Look at his freaking finger. Everyone look. Look at it. Because he's delusional. That's true, the defendant does. But that's not the thing. You literally have the red ring that the freaking guy was hiding from you. What do you mean? I have here a memo from Ron Delight's wife, Desiree Delight. Ronnie thinks he's masked the mask. Don't you feel sorry for him? Please don't think too badly of him. Huh. Well, Mr. Triton? Ugh. No, you killed him, and I know why. Well, we know you didn't send it to Ron Delight because you have the freaking ring on, okay? If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. Is that why you killed him, you freaking toddler? Might have asked you a few questions, Detective Attourney. Well, it's just a few, I guess it's alright. When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delight, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Contradiction? I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. You want to talk. Times like these meant... Okay, shut your freaking mouth. Why don't you show us what you got there, Junior? Indeed, time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmailing letter. Oh, snap! How am I supposed to point out that it's the, How am I supposed to point out that it's the, ring, bruh? It's right here! What a fun! Okay, if we go to profiles and we go to this penguin dude, does he have... Nope. How do we... I mean, I was gonna say, like, look at his freaking finger, dude. Let's look at this. He has no freaking ring on here. Oh, the gem was stolen, but it was the red one. Maybe it's because he worked. Well, a gem was stolen. It's not the red one, but did that guy say red? Yeah, he does say red. You received the other day. You received. Well, maybe he received the... Dude. This is the only thing about the gems. Okay. Contains a picture of the tear of Emanion, the stolen jewel. Okay, but he doesn't... The problem is the jewel's color. Color. Not discussing much. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Yeah, because he didn't freaking... he didn't even have a freaking... Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter. It's not the tear of Emanion that Master Mosk stole at all. Look at his finger! He has it on right now! And your point is, Mr. Trite? So you were trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That is what you're trying to say, right, Trite? That is what you're... Yeah. Okay, yes. Who's blackmailing Mr. Attourney, bruh? Naturally. It was you, Detective Attourney. Look at his finger! Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You've been personally involved in every single Master Moss case. And in the last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel. Oh. As your reward. A jewel. Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring. That is the diamond referred to in the letter. Which means that Kane Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. Order in the court. Order, I say. It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite. I don't like the way you said that. Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke Attourney? Are you for real? Yeah, I am. Come on, stand up to him. Then answer me. This. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yeah, because he knew that freaking Mr. Attourney was a freaking thief. Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Attourney's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity? Mask to Mosk. Attourney killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was his identity he wanted to keep secret? Oh my god. That's 3 freaking things? Oh, it's not a blackmailer, so it's either Master Mosk or an ace detective. I think he cares more about the ace detective. But if we said that he was Master Mosk, I don't know about that. Man. Guys, I don't really know. What possibly? So desperately to keep secret was his identity. No, it couldn't have been an ace detective. What am I talking about? If he wanted to keep it such a secret that Master Mosk was him, why would he be saying it's him now? Like, people probably still be fighting if that was the case. But I don't see how it's a blackmailer. But if he wanted to, it's no way he wanted to keep secret his identity was these two. So was somebody blackmailing a blackmailer? What? Well, I don't know how, but this is the only one it boils down to, because this is like the secret one. Because even now, we still don't know that. And that could be a reason. Look at me. Was a blackmailer.
Objection.
Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? Oh, frick. You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Attourney. Are you saying that Attourney was blackmailing someone else on top of that? It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Attourney. But Ron Delight was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. That's what I was saying. He put the blackmail onto him. Oh yeah, that's true. He was told to like freaking steal and stuff. Shh, silence. He. Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless with the tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? How'd you... Wait, it was actually that? You say that I, Luke Attourney, was blackmailing Ron Delight? Yeah? Well, yeah. Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime. Good point. Certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Attourney know that Ron Delight was masked? Because he was ordering him around doing that, bro. What the fudge? Oh, because of the newspaper thing. Because he threw the freaking... Okay, from Ronnie's testimony, that's what he said. He said he threw his, costume. And he saw. And Detective Attourney saw. Yeah, and that's where he found this, and then put that whole thing on, and then he slipped past it. But what is the exact evidence for that? I feel like it would be this, no? Like, it has to be this. There's no way. He put his thing in the trash. We know. We know. I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief, trying to be the center of attention. Dang! What do you mean? This newspaper clipping that has a picture of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. Seems that Master Moss didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it into a bucket, the trash, specifically. Sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct. A trick like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. That's when you figured it out, Mr. Attourney. That's when you learned that under his mask, Master Moss was really, yeah, okay, and I can't. Yo, I hate this, like, spectators talk. I'm like, shut your freaking mouth. What do you have to say now, Attourney? Why, you? How dare you expose me like that? Why, I mean, I never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud, I'm also a master. Why can't you understand that? Because it's not true. I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That's your true identity. But why you... How dare you even... why not try doing something yourself, the big mouth of yours? I say, none of you compare to my genius. You're all so jealous. There's nothing greater than an ace detective that we can't handle. It's enough to make one laugh. Yeah, you're guilty, buddy. Give me the verdict before this guy throws coffee at me again. Bailiff, please prepare yourself for Mr. Attourney. Oh, of course. Of course. What do you have to say now? The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge. Kick him out! You don't get much more in your face than that. You're a prosecutor. You're not a judge. It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Tripe. What are you... It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Attourney was a filthy blackmailer, and that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder. But we still don't have definite proof, and he's gonna bring that back up like freaking Edgeworth, like a moron. There's still one thing you have yet to prove, that he actually murdered him. I know. It's that. Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered. No way! Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright, this is it. This is the final round. I've got to prove that Attourney was at Mr. Buller's office on that night. Yeah, can we really prove that? That's long enough, Mr. Trite. I want to hear your answer. That night, Luke Attourney was at KB security, and the defense... Oh, snap. Well, I mean... We just don't have enough, like, we don't have definitive evidence, so in his terms, we can't prove it. Like, we really can't prove it, I'm gonna be honest to you. you? Get the frick out of here. I can't prove it. Just as I thought. But if we hear more of Detective Attourney's testimony,
Objection.
unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Fry. What do you mean? I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean. Are you serious right now? Have you forgotten? Luke Attourney is here after we interrupted his own trial, and you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I don't think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as Masque de Masque. Masque de Masque. It seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as Masque de Masque. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron Delight will verify that he is a true murderer, I declare that the full force of my ace detectiveness. Order in the court. That's enough deliberation over this witness. I can't believe this. Ron is... Yeah, because he's gonna get verified as... And that's gonna be proven, dude. Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court law. Double jeopardy. Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts, and it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Yeah, that's why we can't prove tomorrow. Mr. Attourney will be found guilty in the matter of minutes. Guilty as Masque de Masque, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Kate Bullard is concerned. The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Attourney's guilt of the crime here means that he will never again be tried as Kate Bullard's murderer. Oh my god, no, not again! Oh my god, Phoenix, please stop doing that, bro. Now there's nothing I can possibly do to win. Even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Attourney, will go free. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. And as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no more further questioning of this court. Are there any objections? Yes! Phoenix, object! No, please! Are you freaking kidding me? We lost to a guy with coffee? Whoa, 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 whoa! Chill, 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 chill. Objection! Who's that? I think I see it. Who is that? Am I tweaking or is that Miss... Is that Francisca? Is that Francisca? Wait, Phoenix, raise your head up high. Who is that? Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smells... Wait, it's Mia. Wait, it's Mia. Oh my god, I thought that was Francisca. I was going to say, freaking Mia. Long time no see, Phoenix. Mia. Okay, that scared me. I thought it was like, what the frick? My bad, my bad. Okay. I know that's really Maya who stands before me, but... Yeah, no. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. What do you mean? Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that's true, but fortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, the witness made a number of remarks. Mm-hmm. Yes, but his comments appear to have no importance whatsoever. Well, very well. Then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that all right with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot? Mr. Godot? Nothing. Oh, sir lawyer, looks like you're one step too late. You think such falsehood will do anything to me, Luke Let's hear it. Why are you being nice now all of a sudden? This guy's like bipolar. It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Mr. Godot, what are you... What? Okay. I'm not complaining. I'm gonna allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks. The defense would like to hear why you declared the defendant to be the true murderer. So please, give us one last bit of testimony. Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief. Okay. Why would Mr. Godot do that? Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally... Oh, he's... Okay. I'd known about the date beforehand, so I had this photo readied. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron DeLite. And thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he had sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. DeLite was wearing this, which does have gloves. And why the blackmail letter? In the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Zavari. Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy. Right. His testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. The witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have hastily prepared. I probably read that wrong. All of his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course, how'd you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went straight through me, and I always look over... Okay. Are you gonna make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer? I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Okay. This is your last chance. Whoa, one more chance again. Are you serious right now? Alright. Ha. Seems that the party's about to begin. Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts with that testimony. So it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it. Cup number 17, the last cup. Seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial. Alright. I have to find a fatal contradiction in this testimony. And I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Which means all I can do is find the Oh, snap. Oh, snap! You only get freaking one chance. Oh, snap. True that I was not at Lordly Taylor. Oh, man. Okay, so we know that. We cannot press that. I had to leave to see... See, that's a bit weird, but I don't want to press that yet. I had known about the date. That's a bit weird, too. Keycard and wallet. Man. DeLite was wearing his masterpiece outfit, which is why he left no prints. Well, he was. But you wear gloves too, dude. Look at him. Oh my god, get this freaking moron out my chat, bro. Get the frick out of here. Dude, you're wearing gloves too. Come on, bro. And he was knocked unconscious. So this is a clear contradiction. But I'm pretty sure 3 other things had contradictions too. Whatever. Let's save. Mr. Adme, about this last remark. Still don't get it, do you? Try it. This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. I'm not pressing. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot. What? Mr. Atme, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his mask to Mosque outfit. Is that correct? Indeed, that's what I said. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. First of all, he was knocked out. There's no way. I'm sorry, whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. What the frick? That's not something he would usually say. When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Delight was dressed as when he went to the scene of the crime? That was, well, we did learn that a few hours ago. Back when my 6 cup was looking at me with a cold stare. Oh, definitely. I'm sorry, I just, yeah. So the defendant has yet to tell anyone else that fact before this morning. Ah, so how would he have known? Yeah, and he was busy with the freaking trial. Oh, snap. There's no way that you should have known about that. Uh-huh. You were in the next courtroom being tried as masked Moss. So then enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information? Well, come on, this detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. Nuh-uh. And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his mask de Mosque outfit. There is one, and one only way. There's only one other way for Detective Abby to have found that out. One way, you say? Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there's a suspicious shadow there. It was Mr. Atme. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer. But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker, so there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atme. It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight. Impossible. Yup. No other way. Detective Adme, you saw Masked Mosque at its murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. What the frick is happening? What the frick is happening? What the frick is happening? Oh, I thought it was an earthquake. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival of my worthy of my genius house. Ooh! I can't freaking... Bro, oh my god. You know what, bro? Here I am, the tragic clown. That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atme tried to frame Ron Delight. He then claimed to be guilty at Masked Mosque in order to escape his true crime. And to the end, he came with this plan to use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. Excuse me. Okay, it's the guy. Don't ignore me! Ron, if you ruin things one more time, I'm not saving you anymore. About the verdict. I know. You never committed any murder. That's right, I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am Master Mosk. So thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was you said, double jeopardy? Now that you mention it, I've been careless. Careless? What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolutely true. A defendant can never be tried twice for... But the verdict hasn't even been declared yet. Woo! 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 Okay, we would have lost if he didn't give us another chance. Why would he do that? Why would Mr. Godot? This is really lucky. Wait, this isn't so good. You see, the thing is... Okay. You did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. Has been a long time, hasn't it? It's because Maya doesn't call me much these days. Oh? I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. You mean about becoming the master of her in channeling school? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother. Misty Fate, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around. Yeah. Mr. Wright. I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. Thank you so much. Come on, just be happy already. Maya, you've already cleared... Why did Mr. Godot give us another chance? If he freaking hates her... Okay. What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security to become Master Mosk. I did it all for one reason, for her. You mean your wife, Desiree? She hates criminals? Dang. It'll be fine, and Nick can prove it. I can? I kinda wish... It's like, even if a bolt is broken, there's always a way to put it back together. By gluing it. By gluing it. Do we have some glue? Like, do we got, like, I mean, this is the only thing that came back together. She's always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. There you are. Ah, I see. Yes, I'm really glad I asked you to defend. Oh, well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. Gulp, I could feel my face going red. Congratulations. Talk about bad timing. Mr. Nick, how could you? With another man's wife. Whoa, 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 whoa. You got it all wrong. Hold on. She's freaking slapped the freak out of me. What the frick? So did my consciousness. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together, but I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Here's a perfect example of one that was put together even before, better than yeah. But pretty sure her freaking thing escaped, but that's fine. Alright. Oh, is that Maya? What the heck? What the freak are you doing, Maya? I'm actually not liking this. What the heck is she doing? Frick, another investigation. It's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. What? Wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me. Huh? The evidence and testimony I've seen of her are conclusive. The victim was alone at the table. Poisoned cup of coffee. Oh no 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 no. Not this chick again. I freaking hate this chick. Please don't tell me we're doing Dahlia all over again. Am I getting accused? That's me. Wait, what is... What the frick is happening? Poison a cup of coffee? Am I getting confused? I say that pretty much wraps this case up, wouldn't you? Mr. Wright? What? 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 Yo, what? Are you serious? Oh, I wonder who could have done that. You know who did it? Oh my god. It's Dahlia. That chick is back. Oh my god!